All right. Interesting weather pattern coming from the Midwest and Northeast. We have two storms that we're going to be dealing with. Now, it's been a while since we did our last video. The last one I did, I think, was Friday. I wanted to review this. All in all, I've had some people that told me that this map wasn't going to work out. Actually, it worked out very well as far as the snow is concerned. There was an overachievement of snow around Baltimore, Washington, D.C., in this area, up in the northeastern parts of it, this whole area. I mean, even in State College here, I got about 3 or 4 inches. I mean, it wasn't, as we talked about, it wasn't a huge storm, early this week, but it was an impactful one. So this was a pretty good map that ended up verifying here. Now, we've got a couple of storms that we're going to be watching over the next couple of days here. Let me take you out to the satellite picture, and this is what we're looking at here. Let's go camera full here. All right, we have two storms. This is going to race across the Midwest. This is Wednesday night, Thursday. So this is storm number 1. This is storm number 2. This will be Thursday night and Friday. This is the stronger of the two, and that will bring a more impactful storm as we go forward here. But I want to go over them because you know what? This first storm is going to have some impacts, especially around Chicago and Detroit over the next 24 hours or so. Let me take you to the 500 millibar here. So let me go to the beginning, and let's take a look at this really quick here. So we've got this initial piece of energy. This is our first system, as we talked about, right here. We're going to follow this east as we head toward this afternoon and tonight. Now, it's a weakening system. It's not all that strong. And you can see that this is the European GFS, European GFS, European GFS. This is tonight. Let's go to Thursday morning. European GFS. Now, the GFS much stronger with this energy in here. Much stronger. And you're also getting an injection of colder air. So it's kind of like in between these two air masses, you're going to get a band of snow. Watch this come across the Midwest tonight into tomorrow morning. Then it kind of fades away. So what's probably going to happen is the farther east you go, the less amount of snow you're going to have with this. Even the GFS kind of weakens it a little bit. Let me show you the surface map for this real quick, and then we'll get on to storm number 2. So there's the surface map with this. This is the European. You can see a little band of snow right in here from Chicago, Detroit, toward Erie, toward Buffalo. This is the GFS version of this. And what you're going to see is a little same kind of thing, an area of snow. Doesn't look like much, but I think there's going to be enough that this is going to cause some problems here tonight into tomorrow. I want to show you the snowfall map that we're going to be looking at here as we go forward with this system. This is it. Now, it's not a large amount of snow. I understand that. But there's going to be enough. And I really think that this area from about Chicago, Detroit, Southwest Ontario, toward the Buffalo area, toward the Binghamton area, I think this is generally going to be 1 to 3 inches of snow. Outside of this area, you're going to have lots of coatings to an inch. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it's so cold, this will cause travel delays. This is mostly going to be tonight in tomorrow morning, and this is going to be during the day on Thursday. Okay, so be ready for that. I don't think you get much of anything with this around New York City, certainly Philadelphia. I can see a little bit of snow with this coming into the Boston area. So be careful of this. This is going to cause some slippery travel as we move forward here. All right, this will be tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, let me go back to the other system that we're going to be tracking for you here. This is going to be a stronger system, no doubt about that. Let me take this off its full for a second, and let me go to the 500 millibar. Now, this is going to be a stronger system. All right, this is the piece of energy that's right here off the northwest coast, right in here. Watch what this does. This European GFS does the same thing. Thursday morning, watch it dig, watch it dig, watch it dig, watch it dig, right in here Friday morning. The other thing you'll notice with this system, it's a strengthening system. You see how you have some yellows and oranges, and you go in the red here, right in here. Look at this. Now, this is pointing, and this is European, this is the GFS, European GFS, European GFS. Pretty much the same. GFS is a little more mongrable, but still, you've got energy that's going to be coming in to the mid-Atlantic strengthening, and this is the area I've been highlighting. I talked about this the other day. Now, maybe I was a little too far north with it because this shortwave initially was in northern Virginia. Now it's a little farther south. It's coming into North Carolina. But this is a lot of energy here. You're looking at, 60 to 70 knots of wind energy pushing across North Carolina. And where are you going to look on the northern side of this? I think it's the northern side that you're going to have an enhanced area of snow. And I think that's the Baltimore, Washington, and southern New Jersey area, maybe toward Dover and Salisbury, Maryland, in the southern New Jersey. I think there's a band of 3 to 6 inches in there for the most part, and maybe toward the Pittsburgh area as well. I'll show you the map. But take a look at that. I mean, that's a pretty strong piece of energy. And the key is not only is it strong, but it's strengthening. Look at that as it goes off the coast. I think you've got to be very cognizant of this area with this storm in here, that while most of everybody gets 1 to 3 inches, you look at 3 to 6 inches and you watch someone may get 8 in that area. Now, it's probably the mountains, but that's something to watch. And the other thing you have to remember, let me go to the surface map for this really quick. You're going to get high ratio snows in here because look at the thickness pattern here as you go forward here. So you're looking at a 528 the 522 thickness in there. And you'll even notice on the European, there's some enhancement here. You see that? And that's Friday afternoon. I'm really worried about that area around Washington, D.C., Baltimore. It's probably south of Philadelphia. I think Pittsburgh, you're going to squeak your way to about 3 or 4 inches because I think you're going to have enough upslope flow with this shortwave coming in. And you can even see the surface pattern here. This is European. I think you're going to get enough upslope flow. You're going to do pretty well around Pittsburgh. You may not get 6, but I think you're going to squeak out 3 or 4. But I'm really worried about that. Now, the GFS doesn't show that enhancement at all. Just a little bit, if you look close, a little bit in here, maybe up toward Philadelphia. But the shortwave tells me something totally different. And what I tend to do is I tend to believe the upper air over the surface panel any day of the week here. Let me show you that again. See, it's right in here. Look at that piece of energy, the way it strengthens. So that's why you got to look north of there, that there's a thump of snow coming. And again, because the thicknesses are around 528 and 522, you're going to get a high ratio snow. Let me show you the snowfall map for this. I think people around Baltimore, Washington, D.C. will be happy. There it is. Let me put it on full. And again, I think a lot of what you're seeing in here is 3 to 4 inches. And certainly in the mountains, you're going to get, around Timberline and I forgot the big Snowshoe Mountain. You're going to do well. But if it was up to me, I would take this 3 to 6 right across southern New Jersey and right into Baltimore. It's already in Baltimore, Washington, D.C. I think it's south of Philly. I think it is. I think it's south of Harrisburg. I really do. Maybe down toward York, you can squeak out 3 to 4. But across southern New Jersey, Dover, Salisbury, Maryland, this whole area, I think this is a solid 3 to 6 inches of some dry, fluffy snow Friday afternoon and Friday night. So get ready for this. I think this is going to be a pretty. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. You shouldn't be. I think that area is going to get thumped in there, and there could be locally 8 in here. I really do believe that. So let's keep an eye on that as we get into Friday night. All right. If you have any questions for me, by the way, you can follow me. I'm on Twitter. I'm at AccuRayno here. But again, nice snow coming. Now, for New York City, Boston, Philadelphia, I think it's generally 1 to 3 inches, but that's going to cause some disruption across the area. But watch for that area around Baltimore, Washington, Atlantic City, Salisbury, Dover, Maryland. I think you're going to do quite well. All right. Again, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at AccuRayno. I'll be back with you tomorrow.